John Harden.
Hi, my name is.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It's a 2 for Tuesday. And you know what that means. We got David Cobb from CBSSports.com. We are going to talk college football. He covers college football and college basketball, but I'm talking college football with David Cobb at 11:30 today. We got to talk about the Michigan scandal. We got to talk about I always talk Ole Miss. Had a couple buddies, Mississippi State guys, say, hey, man, what's Lebby got going down in Oxford? We're going to be nice and, ask David. Let him fill me in. So we're going to talk college football 11:30. 12 o'clock, we'll talk all kinds of sports. We'll talk everything from our Memphis Tigers, football, basketball, to our Grizzlies, to the Olympics, and more with our good buddy Zach Boyd. That's at 12. We got Hardwood because it feels so good. And you know how crazy the world is right now. There's stories galore. Like stories, and more stories. So we're going to have fun at 12:30. And I want to remind you, if you want to have a great day, all you have to do is do the Tuesday two-stepping. What's two-stepping, John? I think it's also a dance, right?
Of course.
Is it the Tennessee two-step or something, or am I just making stuff up?
I'm sure there's several different two-steps.
Okay, good. Well, at least you're the one who I figure would have taken dancing classes or something since you're a big
John,
Elvis
I actually
fans.
did take a dancing class once.
I figured.
I got forced into it.
that. Forced? By Melinda?
No, by one of my buddies in middle school.
How did he force you?
Well,
he doesn't have authority or any power over you.
So it was like one of my best friends, and we were at his house, and his sister took dance classes. She was 4 years younger than us, and she was like, y'all should come and take classes. And we were like, nah, that's crazy. No, we're not doing that.
Bro, you could have been the next Bieber.
And she begged her brother so much and was like, they have hip hop dance and all this other type of dance. And so he was like, his mom was like, you have to go. She wants you to go so bad. And so he begged us to go with him. And we went. Worst experience ever. It was so bad. I hated it.
Oh, man. You could have been the next. Like I said, I'm telling you, you would have been a great little.
Well, John, I have the voice like Justin Bieber. So all I really needed was the dance moves. So shame on me for not going through with that.
Should have done it.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
But the Tennessee two-step, or at least the one that we do here, it's really simple. It's all about your belly, and it's all about the best spirit in the world. So what you do is you go over in the area of Poplar and Highland, and you do a little two-step, and it's very, very easy. Because all you have to do is, guess what? You go to Buster's Liquor Store, you walk in there, grab you a big old bottle of Tito's, because it's Tito's Tuesdays, because Tito is USA vodka. It's not commie vodka. USA. Like the Olympics are on, bro. USA's playing, is this the girls playing Germany in soccer?
Right,
is this real time or is this already happened?
That is 100% real time.
We got the girls on playing a little soccer. Go USA. This is a perfect time to go to the liquor store, grab you a little Tito's, walk next door, because again, it's right there next door to the liquor store is Buster's Butcher. There's nothing like this in Memphis. They have the best curated meat products, charcuterie boards, all kinds of cheeses, made in-house prepared sides and sausage. They got ground gourmet meats. I'm just telling you right now, Buster's Butcher is just on another level. It's cut right there for you. You go in there and you're like, I want it this thick. Just hold up your fingers, bro. I want it this thick. I got all my, when I went, I got some porterhouses the last time I was there. Ooh, love me a good porterhouse. Got them about 1.5 inches thick. Man. Superstar. All you have to do is go to Buster's Butcher, Buster's Liquor Store. Now, there's only one Buster's Butcher. One Buster's Butcher. And that, again, is at Poplar and Highland. But there's 2 Buster's Liquor Stores. You got the new one at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. So check out, do a little two-step in the day, get your Tito's on from Buster's, get your porterhouse, get your chops, get your cheeses, get your jams, get all your gourmet items, and go home and chillax and watch USA soccer.
And at that point, by the time you get everything cooked up, men's basketball.
That's right.
Going. They play 2:30.
2:30 this afternoon.
So,
yeah.
So perfect time. U.S. all day.
This is U.S. all day. This is why we're two-stepping. Great meats, great cheeses, and some Tito's, brother. Does that not sound like a perfect Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds perfect to me. Now, we had a hell of a Monday. Told you the Mets were going to dominate. Dominate. How about you? How about them Dodgers? How about them Dodgers? Yesterday was straight up awesome. We did very well yesterday. Today, I got a crazy, crazy bet for you. And it doesn't have anything to do with like inside information. It has to do with this player just hits home runs during big events. Do you know who I'm talking about at all, Mr. Dacus?
Castellanos.
So you heard about this?
Yeah, I've been following it for the last couple years, however long it's been.
It's insanity. Do you know why we're talking about this? Okay, so Nick Castellanos, if you don't know who he is, he plays for the Phillies. Almost hit a home run last night. Did you see it was inches short of being gone?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happened yesterday? That was a big event, right? Stock market crashed 1,000 points.
That's right.
So there was a big event. Well, today there is a bunch of big events. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Do you know why there's big events today? We dropped the bomb on Hiroshima in 1945.
Oh, wow.
That's one big event, right? Guess what? There's another big event. Kamala Harris announced her VP selection. That's another big event. So today's double big events. And there's also 3 big events because he also hits home runs on celebrity birthdays. And it's one of the Spice Girls' birthday. I can't remember which one, but she's 52. So we're putting money on Nick Castellanos today to hit a home run. I'm going to the MGM currently right now. I had it pulled up in my damn thumb, hit it, and it's close it out. I'm going to tell you what the odds are, and we're betting on him to hit a home run today. And I'm telling you, I feel really good about this. Am I crazy?
Maybe, maybe not.
He's plus 550. Plus 550. And when you're sitting there saying, John, well, what are you talking about home runs? Well, so President Biden, when he withdrew from seeking re-election, Castellanos homered on that day. The day they tried to shoot Donald Trump and take his life, he hit a home run that day. He's already hit a home run on the anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he's not done it once, he's done it twice. What happened today, 1945?
Yeah, one of those things.
Hiroshima.
There you go.
He did it when the Ocean Gate submarine imploded. He did it when the bridge collapsed, killing several people. He hit a home run an hour after Queen Elizabeth died. The day Vince Scully died. The day that the owner for his team announced he had cancer, hit a home run. I mean, remember with Dwayne Haskins? The day he died, he hit a home run. I mean, this dude hits home runs for some reason. And this is not, the list goes on. Now, you can sit there and say, well, John, things happen. And they do play 162. You're looking too much into it. Nope. This is handicapping its finest right here.
There you go.
We got the vice president who's running for president, announced her vice president, one event. He's already hit 2 home runs. He's hit a home run in 2 of the last 4 years on the anniversary of Hiroshima. I think he's going 3 for 5. What about you?
Yeah, maybe. He was the most bet on player to hit a home run yesterday.
And did you see how close it was?
It was very close.
Holy cow. Ohtani's was a bomb, though.
Sure was.
By the way, man, Shohei does everything. Why are you pitching to him right now?
Good question.
My Lord, he's just locked in. But, man, yesterday was wild. So we're betting on that. Now I got to talk about a little bit of baseball, actual baseball. And if you look over there at the Dodgers, they took care of Philly last night. Just going to talk a little bit about the Dodgers. Some people are freaking out because, man, I do admit this. The Diamondbacks and the Padres are playing great baseball right now. The crazy thing is if you look at their numbers, they're almost identical. I'm talking about they have 35 and 35 was the Padres, 33 and 31 was the Diamondbacks record against teams above 500. They have like exact same record right now. They win in different ways, but they're very, very similar teams. And some people are saying, man, but look out, one of these two teams might catch the Dodgers. Man, chillax. Because I don't think people realize the Dodgers, do you know what they have coming back? You have Graterol's coming back for the bullpen. Brazier's coming back. Yamamoto, they say good things about him and that he will be back. I still don't know about Walker Buehler. We don't know about Walker Buehler. Now, Clayton Kershaw has come back. He hasn't been effective yet, but he's Clayton Kershaw. He'll get there. Max Muncy's oblique. Good news. Guess what? He's turning the corner. Those soft tissue injuries are very difficult, and he's turning the corner. They say he's going to be back soon. And don't forget, Mookie. And a very underrated player is Miguel Rojas. All these people are coming back. At least 6 are coming back. I don't know about Walker Buehler. That's going to be plenty for the Dodgers. Right now, I think they're the best team in the National League. We talked about the Phillies. What in the hell is going on with the Phillies? It is crazy. And again, you got to put some respect on the entire West out there because, damn, believe it or not, the San Francisco Giants are playing out of their mind. Do you know that they've won 8 of their last 10? Hell, the Giants, who I thought was terrible, all of a sudden Blake Snell's been spinning the ball like a madman. Had a game with 15 strikeouts, had a damn no-hitter, had a shutout. It's been filthy. But that West is nasty. And then I look over at the damn East, and I'm sitting there going, the Phillies were the best team in baseball. They jumped out to a huge lead. And somehow they're letting a beat-up Braves team hang around. They're only 5.5 games back. And I'm like, what is going on with the Phillies? Now, all they have to do is hold on and win the division, of course. But I don't think they have a chance at the number 1 overall seed. I think the Dodgers are about to skyrocket. And then the Brew Crew, they play in a terrible division. Cubs, Reds, Cardinals, who are terrible, Pittsburgh, and the Brewers. I think the National League East, it's all about what's going on in the West and then possibly Philly. Because I like the way the Padres are playing, the Diamondbacks, the Dodgers. I don't like the way the Phillies are playing. I don't believe in the Brewers. I just don't. I don't know if they have enough. And then over in the American League, 21 straight losses for the Chicago White Sox. They have now tied the 1988 Orioles, who started the season going 0 for 21. I remember that. I'm like, damn, they're terrible. And right now, do you know they're on pace to break the lovable loser 62 Mets? The 62 Mets were 40 and 120. The White Sox have lost 21 in a row. They have to win 14 games. They're 27 and 88. They got to win 14 games. Do you think they can win 14 games going down the stretch? In their last 21 games, in 18 out of 21, they scored 3 runs or fewer. Who do you think's dead last in offensive production?
I guess them.
You're damn right. That's painful. And then there's the other painful thing. Did you hear about the crazy so Gavin Sheets, you know who I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Do you know his father was part of the Orioles team that opened up the season and went 0 for 21? And now Gavin Sheets, who's on the White Sox, has been for a streak of 0 for 21. Father-son duo with a terrible little historical note.
Yeah.
Father and son were both part of team. Talk about father and son can really tell you about being miserable. Losing 21 straight games, do you know what the effect? That would make you crazy. I was listening to Oh my gosh, the old wise man, Mike Trout's first coach for the Angels, coached over in Chicago with the Cubs. Was it Madden?
Yeah, did he play? Did he coach in Chicago?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Joe Madden.
Joe Madden. Thank you. Damn, I was listening to him talk on MLB Network yesterday.
Oh, I thought you meant for the White Sox.
No. I was just talking.
Okay, yeah.
I
knew he was
said
with the
Mike
Cubs.
Trout's coach with the Cubs, the Angels. I was I can see
But
his
you
face.
said with Chicago, and I thought you were because we were talking about the White Sox. And I was like, it's like Joe Madden did not coach the White Sox, but yes, he coached the Cubs.
And Joe Madden, listening to him talk, and he got his longest losing streak was 11 games. He said it was mentally, it was physically, it was emotionally, it was torture. Like going to the ballpark every day and competing, and every day coming up short. Like wash, rinse, lose. And then they repeat it. He just said it's the hardest thing, and I mean, this team, they are just pathetic. Now, teams that are really good, the American League East. I mean, you got the West Coast in the National League, and you got the East Coast in the American League, and the Orioles and the Yankees are absolutely filthy right now. Like, damn. Who's going to win this? I don't know. You got the Young Bucks and the Orioles. By the way, Holiday's not looking too bad, is he? He got 2 home runs since he's come back up. Playing some pretty good defense. You got 2 very, very talented shortstops. One of them's playing second base, and Jackson Holliday for the Orioles. They're really good up the middle. And then the Yankees, of course, you just have, Judge, who's a damn machine, hitting bombs every day, and Soto's on base almost every damn time he comes up. They're tearing it up. And then you get Jazz, and he's coming over and playing a mean third base for him. By the way, did he ever play third base in the majors before this year?
I don't think so.
Like, dude is tearing it up. Always an outfielder, and they're like, look, the guy can hit, and he's a pretty good athlete, man. Just put him at third. It can't be easy. And then the Guardians and the Twins. Twins right now, I don't understand. They've won 5 straight. They're 3.5 back of the Guardians, who I think are real deadgum good. And the Twins keep on winning right now, but do you believe in this club? This club hasn't won a playoff series since Was Kirby Puckett on the team last? I think like Joe Mauer and them, they had some really good teams, but damn it, they just couldn't win in the postseason. Torrey Hunter was always getting injured too back then. Like, there's all kinds of Minnesota. But this deadgum lineup, they took care of the Cubs yesterday pretty easily. And I always will say, another little gambling nugget, I always, on Monday, the Sunday night game, the team that wins or loses, like I bet against the Cardinals yesterday because they played in the Sunday night game, they got smoked by the Mets. I bet against the Cubs and took the Twins last night because the Cubs played in a late game last night, and then we're playing again, turning around when the other team's gone. And I know it's just something, so it feels like it works out. Mondays have been really good betting against the teams that have played on Sunday night. Just a little side note. Because everybody else is done in the daytime. They're gone. They're traveling. You get it done late. You got to get another city, blah, 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 blah. You know the whole drill. Just a small little advantage. I like it.
I like where your head's at, John.
I like where my head's at.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we got a bit busy show. We're getting ready to go to David Cobb. One other thing, though, I did want to bring up and ask is, did you know that there was surfing in the Olympics?
Absolutely, John. Not in France.
No, it was in Tahiti.
Yes, Tahiti.
Tahiti or something like that. Someplace. Yeah, it wasn't in France. I don't know if you know this, but you can't surf down the Seine Poop River.
Correct.
That would be nasty.
Yeah,
but
it's in
some
Tahiti,
people,
French Polynesia.
I saw on the X, and again, you can't really measure society on the X because the X is a little bit nuts, and I mean, hell, half the time you don't know if people are real anymore with the AI. But there was a little movement trending on my thing where people were going off and saying surfing is not a sport. And I was thinking to myself, wait a second. Like badminton and ping pong are a sport, but you're saying that surfing can't be a sport?
breakdancing is a sport in this Olympics, John. Just wait till that starts.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah, it starts Thursday, I think.
Dude, are people still breaking?
And that's exactly what it's called, breaking.
Dude, breakdancing, see, you don't even know anything about breakdancing because you weren't even around. Back in the day when I was a kid, that thing was, everybody was breakdancing.
That's right. Well, it's back.
No way.
Yeah, it sure is.
You think that, man, this is crazy. I didn't even know that. See, so the Olympic Games has more damn, have you seen that? Do they do that high life thing?
I don't believe so.
Too much space?
Yeah, I don't think highlights. No, highlights definitely not in the Olympics. Flag football going to be here in 2028.
Flag football?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be in Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And NFL players are going to play in it.
Well, we've been talking a little bit of baseball. We are going to talk and switch a little bit of gears because we got to talk college football. David Cobb from CBSSports.com. He's next. Don't forget, it's a beautiful Tuesday. You got USA playing Germany in soccer. We got men's basketball on this afternoon. Yes, USA. Do the two-step. Stop in at Buster's at Poplar and Highland. Go to their liquor store, grab you a bottle of Tito's, then walk next door and grab you a T-bone steak. That's a little two-step in at Buster's Butcher Shop. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ. Jason's Deli. When you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises. Just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it. Because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets, vegan and gluten-free options available, convenience, and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com. So whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli locations at Ridgeway in the Parkplace Center, Poplar Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and Goodman Road in Highland Branch. Jason's Deli is wholesome food and no surprises.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Located corner of Park and Cherry is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home in Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Summertime's finally here, and that means it's time to party. Lucky for you, Family Leisure is having a summertime to party sale. Now, what's all included in this party sale? Practically everything. 24-foot above ground pools for as little as $19.99. All ladders, filter systems, and even robotic cleaners are 20% off. Come in and look at all of the in-stock patio furniture Family Leisure has. Plus, it's up to 50% off. Play gyms for the kids, that's $1,000 off. Patio umbrellas, take 20% off. You can get a 4-person hot tub for just under $3,000. We know you're really going to just use it for yourself. Family Leisure has discounted pricing on all in-stock pool toys and floats while the supplies last, so you better get in quick. Plus, Family Leisure has special financing available. Just ask an associate for all the details. Summertime means party time, and Family Leisure is ready for any party. Family Leisure, Winton Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together. Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa is an ACUSA church located in town Memphis. Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
I get no down, but I get over that. Never gonna keep me down. I get no down.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It is a Tuesday. Now we talk with David Cobb of CBSSports.com, the best damn sports writer on planet Earth. Like, he got Olympic gold, did you know, in sports writing?
How about that?
Damn Skippy. My man's from fire. Covering college football, college basketball, CBSSports.com. He's David Cobb. But I got to tell him, David, when you get inside of Memphis city limits on a Tuesday, because I know you got to come down here, there's a Tennessee two-step. You go to Buster's Liquor Store at Poplar and Highland. You go in there and you get a big fat bottle of Tito's. Then you walk next door and you go to Buster's Butcher and you go get a big fat T-bone steak. What do you think about that bad boy? Oh, man, you're not going to put DC on?
Well, you know, John, you got to communicate.
I got
that.
broken ribs, man.
Good
I can't
Lord.
push
You
buttons.
gotta let me know.
My bad. What's up, DC?
Well, what's up, John? I'm actually not an Olympic gold medalist sports writer. In fact, I was reminiscing the other day about how, I started out my first job out of college. Before I started covering the Vols for the Times Free Press, I was the outdoors writer. I don't know if you remember that.
How about that?
It was a minute ago now. But, you talk about awards and all that for sports writing. One time they entered me in the Tennessee TSWA, I guess Tennessee Sports Writers Association.
Mm-hmm.
And I got second place in the outdoors writer competition.
Silver.
And you know what? I found out shortly thereafter that there were two competitors in the division.
Oh, man.
You know what Ricky Bobby says? If you're not first, you're last.
And in that case, it's literally
Yeah,
true.
wow.
David, man, I'm so glad to have you on today, and I appreciate you. Everybody follow me, David W. Cobb. Read his work at CBSSports.com. I'm college football. I'm chomping at the bit. I can feel it. It's around the quarter. I'm looking at futures. I'm looking at games. I'm getting all fired up. And then all of a sudden, the NCAA, I feel like they're trying to give me a golden shower because they always just kind of want to agitate me because then I have to hear about the Michigan scandal. And, oh, my gosh, Sharon Moore, he might have sent some text messages to Cotter Stallions. Did we not go through this last year? Like, why is this coming back up again? I mean, it's driving me nuts. And by the way, what are we, 19 days till the start of college football? And we're talking about this?
Right, yeah, exactly. It's far from ideal for Michigan, which actually has to play some quality opponents early this season. So
Texas,
one they've got
right? Week 2?
Yeah, and then they got USC week 4, so it's not like last year where they could just cruise through a bunch of patsies to open the year. Now they got this distraction hanging over them. Could it lead to a suspension to Sharon Moore? Maybe. But basically, I mean, this is still the NCAA investigation into the sign stealing scandal. And remember, they said last year they were going to put it on the, quote, fast track. Well, the fast track for the NCAA is still really, really, really slow. So that's what's going on here. Jim Harbaugh skipped town, and he left Sharon Moore to deal with all this.
Yeah, and I will tell you, because I'm very gullible, like Jim Harbaugh was asked questions. Did you see his response?
Oh, yeah. He didn't know anything about it. He was raised to never lie, never steal, never cheat.
That's where I was going to say, like, when he was like, listen, I was raised to never lie, to never cheat, to never steal. And he goes, and like, he goes, and if you do wrong, because we're not perfect, you apologize, and you make it right. And I'm not up here apologizing. I ain't going to lie to you, it sold me. I was sold. Like, if I was a jury, bro, I'm buying it, man.
Wow. You're drinking the Jim Harbaugh Kool-Aid. I'm not, but hey, let me know how it tastes.
I mean, no, what I'm just wondering, like, how can you go up there realistically and be like, I don't cheat, I don't lie, I don't steal, and just like, and do that if you did have even your fingerprints on it. So what I'm just saying, I guess what I'm saying is I love the fact that Jim Harbaugh is back in the National Football League. But, dude, I feel...
He does, too.
Yeah, he does.
He does, too, because he doesn't have to deal with it. So he can get up there and say whatever he wants to because it doesn't matter. The NCAA can hit him with a 10-year show cause or whatever, and it's not going to affect him one bit. His team went out there and went 15-0 last year, and that's all he's concerned about. He got back to the NFL.
And now my question is Michigan fan, like, I mean, that was their last year was like the best damn season ever. Does this put any kind of tarnish on it?
No, not to them. I think the tarnish is already there from the outside, though. I mean, the non-Michigan fans of the world have already made up their minds, regardless of what the NCAA says, over whether or not they were really a deserving national champion last year. Personally, I think they proved themselves to be so dominant, even after the cheating came to light, to where it's almost like you can't question them because they were so good even after all the sign stealing was revealed, and they presumably stopped benefiting from it, that, like, to me, I will still always look at Michigan as a national champion from last year. They were just so
beat Nick
dominant.
Saban in his very last game, that's one hell of a year. Win the Natty, dropping Washington's, like, on their face. Yeah, that was a hell of a year.
And they didn't even really have to cheat. And, what is Connor Stallions doing on the Central Michigan sideline, getting the signals for Michigan State? Michigan could have beaten Michigan State blindfolded. They could have beaten Michigan State if J.J. McCarthy had a hand tied behind his back the whole game. I mean, they could have beaten Michigan State with John Harden at running back, and yet they felt like they had to go out there and cheat and steal the signs from one of the most inept teams that's ever taken the field in the Big Ten. To me, it just reeks of insecurity.
It reeks of Jim Harbaugh.
And it's unnecessary. And so it's ridiculous, and it's dumb that we still have to talk about it, but that's because the NCAA cannot and never does anything quickly.
No, and they don't put things to bed. Absolute insanity, to be honest with you. All right, so when you look around the SEC, my God, I look at the coaching, and I'm just talking coaching. I mean, it's ridiculous. Brian Kelly at LSU and Kirby Smart and Josh Heupel and what Lane Kiffin's doing down in Oxford. And, like, you look all around the SEC, and it is top-notch. Shane Beamer, Clark Lee, kind of the lowest of the low tiers. Where's Jeff Lebby?
Oh, he starts pretty low. It's going to be a rebuilding year for Mississippi State.
Where's he going to be, though?
Jeff Lebby's got the offensive background.
Art Briles, Ole Miss.
No doubt. I mean, it's say what you will about his father-in-law, Art Briles, but the man knew football schematics, and that was the program in which Jeff Lebby really kind of grew up and cut his teeth, and then he went back to Oklahoma, works a little bit for Brent Venables, part of a 10-win team there. Offensively, he's right up there. I mean, he's kind of like a slightly less proven version of Josh Heupel, because he worked for Heupel too, and so Heupel got the Tennessee job. He got his SEC job after doing a pretty decent job at UCF. The difference with Jeff Lebby is there's just no head coaching CEO type of experience there, and I don't necessarily see Jeff Lebby as like the charismatic, like, CEO, just kind of get up in front of the boosters and just command the room type of guy. But you know what? Josh Heupel isn't that type of guy either.
Nope.
He's sort of subdued and a little bit awkward, and he's done a great job at Tennessee to this point. So this year one for Jeff Lebby, I think it's going to be pretty ugly. I mean, the Vegas win totals for State are like around 4.5 because they were just decimated. They sort of had an awkward in-between year last year where they were shifting schemes, and then that blew up, and now everybody's left. And so it's going to take him a minute, but Jeff Lebby, he's got the offensive background to make Mississippi State a bowl team on a regular basis again.
I mean, he was, coordinator, Baylor, Central Florida, Ole Miss. I mean, talk about Lane Kiffin. I mean, shoot. You mentioned Josh Heupel. His offense is going to look a lot like Josh Heupel's.
He'll get quarterbacks. He'll get quarterbacks down to State. I mean, they are not going to hurt at that position. They might this year a little bit, because it's putting it together on the fly. And I believe they ended up with the Baylor transfer Sawyer Robertson, I want to say, off the top there. But no, it's Jeff Lebby. I think he was probably going to get a head coach earlier had it not been for his association with Art Briles.
Yep.
But that hung over his candidacy for head coaching jobs. But, man, we see it all the freaking time, don't we, that Mississippi is the state to go to rehabilitate your coaching career. I mean, look no further than Chris Beard at Ole Miss. Look no further than Chris Jans at Mississippi State. Same deal there. And then you can almost kind of put Lane Kiffin in that.
Dude, you got to put Lane Kiffin in there.
For sure. So Mississippi is a perfect place for for the coaches who are maybe like actually really good coaches that have a little something in their past, they can go down there. They're outside the national spotlight. They're outside of the outrage, and then they prove they can coach. And so I wouldn't be at all surprised if at the end of next season we're kind of talking about Jeff Lebby like that.
Well, I'm kind of talking about some of the teams that we haven't talked about as much because I had a couple of people say, man, I want to hear a little bit about Mississippi State. You're always talking Ole Miss. I want to hear a little bit about Arkansas, Sam Pittman. What are they going to do this year, man? What are the Hogs going to do? I mean, this is kind of a weird situation with Sam Pittman feeling like he's holding the job for Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, by the way, it was Blake Shapen, not Sawyer Robertson, who ended up at Mississippi State. But anyway, no, I mean, Arkansas, it's the problem with the coaches like Sam Pittman and Shane Beamer is that they are not coordinators. They are CEOs. And, Shane Beamer was a special teams coach. Sam Pittman was an offensive line coach. Mm-hmm. And they don't have coordinator experience. So that puts a massive premium on their coordinator hires. You have to nail those coordinator hires, and then you have to hopefully retain those coordinators. Otherwise, you're just going to be rolling the dice essentially every year with new schemes and new coordinators, and that's a risky way to live. Dabo Swinney's kind of perfected that as the culture guy, the CEO guy, not being a coordinator himself, but the number of coaches who can really ace that and maintain a program with that sort of background is very few and far between. And now you got Sam Pittman going out and hiring Bobby Petrino. So, I mean, Bobby Petrino knows ball.
He does.
It's just it's a potentially bombastic, combustible situation there. He's he's on the twilight of his career now, and he can still draw up a mean game plan 1 week at a time. But I don't know if over the course of a 12-game season, a Bobby Petrino offense is going to be able to consistently win ball games against SEC competition.
Ooh, I like that. It makes a little sense right there. Now, we talked about my man Jeff Lebby, who's first year at Mississippi State. What do you think about Mike Elko in his first year at Texas A&M? Do you expect a lot out of them?
I expect them to be pretty decent. They have enough talent to make some noise at a time when the expectations have finally kind of calmed down a little bit at Texas A&M. I mean, when you're paying Jimbo Fisher whatever it was they were paying him, the expectations are through the roof, and they recruited at such a high level too that there was really no reason to think they wouldn't be good. But he could never get it together. Now you get an actual ball coach in there, a no-nonsense, sort of X's and O's sort of guy who's had a lot of success early on in his tenure before. And he knows Texas A&M. He recruited a lot of the guys who were on that defense when he was there as the coordinator before he left for Duke. So I really like the hire, and I think the schedule is manageable enough that we could see at Texas A&M match or even exceed whatever their best season was under Jimbo Fisher.
What do you think about Texas A&M and Notre Dame? You got the coach and the quarterback going against each other.
Love it. I love that matchup. That's going to be super fun. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of an advantage for Mike Elko and for A&M.
Because he knows. Dude, sorry.
Yeah, I know he knows Riley Leonard's tendencies. That's exactly it. So, but I really like Notre Dame as a team this year. So I've got my win total best bets coming out next week.
Uh-oh.
And I'm 7-0-3 over the last 2 years on these, John. 7 wins, 0 losses, 3 pushes.
When is this coming out?
Next week.
Okay.
But hey, you have to decide whether or not the luck's going to continue or whether or not it's
This isn't luck, man. You put in that work, son.
Well, I have, and I really like Notre Dame this year. So I'm a little bit of a coin toss on that Notre Dame-Texas A&M game. But even if Notre Dame loses it, I still think they have a great chance to, at minimum, push on their 10-win preseason line.
I kind of like that. I can't wait for that to come out, man. I'm all over that. I've been all up in the futures and over and unders and win totals. Now, I got to ask you also about my man Hugh Freeze. We know, his career kind of really peaked out, a decade ago. He's been rebuilding it. Things are going kind of well. He gets the Auburn job. And I'm just kind of wondering, they're going into year 2, and he still hadn't gone out there and got that quarterback. And that's kind of, I think, why they brought him in there, is to go out there and get that quarterback. He's done pretty good job of recruiting in state. But, the NIL era is a little bit different. Coaching in Auburn is a little bit different. Nick Saban's leave. Kalen DeBoer comes in. Hugh Freeze, though, doesn't seem to be making the noise over down on the plains that I kind of expected him to, especially in the quarterback department. What's going on in Auburn?
I think it's a little bit of a resistance from Hugh Freeze to completely wrap his arms around and embrace the new era. I mean, it's a little bit of a Dabo situation there where he just doesn't feel like he doesn't love the principle of going out and buying a player when, he's got Peyton Thorne back. However, I will say they are recruiting at a pretty high level right now. They
get big uglies, and you win in the SEC down in the the trenches and stuff like that. And they stole that 5-star from Alabama. But it's just, I guess for me, it's just like the one thing that I always think about with Hugh Freeze is quarterbacks, explosive offense, passing attacks, and that was everything Auburn wasn't last year. And I don't see him getting a lot better with Peyton Thorne unless you feel like he's going to, year 2 with Hugh Freeze make a big jump.
Here's why they could be a little better offensively, because I'm with you on Peyton Thorne. He's no better than a replacement level quarterback. He's a jag. He's just a guy. He's not a star. However, they have upgraded in the receiver department. I mean, they went out and got Keandre Lambert-Smith from Penn State, who he was about the only receiver worth a darn for Penn State last year. Now he's coming down to Auburn. And the buzz around the freshman Cam Coleman at receiver, it's up there. I mean, it's as much buzz as you ever see around a freshman receiver in this era of college football. So that's a lot of expectations to place on a freshman for him to sort of unlock that Auburn offense a little bit. But if he's as good as advertised, he and Keandre Lambert-Smith could combine to make Auburn quite a bit more explosive offensively. But by and large, this feels like a situation where Hugh Freeze is building the program in a more traditional fashion through the high school ranks and not taking some of these shortcut transfer portal big swings that you might expect at a program like Auburn that has the win now sort of ambitions. And so, obviously they've been more active in the portal than Clemson, of course, but they're not going quite the Ole Miss route with the aggression in the portal. And I think that's obvious with the way they handle the quarterback position.
Man, it's just, I don't know, man. We're going to find out what these guys do. I mean, Hugh's got a perfect opportunity, and again, he's getting the big guys. He's just got to embrace this new NIL era and transfer portal. It's kind of wild how Lane Kiffin runs Ole Miss almost like an NFL CEO with he's got a salary cap, and he's looking for every players, and he's pinching every single penny, and he's watching his dollars, and he's filling needs.
You know what? It makes sense, doesn't it? Because he was an NFL head coach. And his dad worked in the NFL. And yeah, I mean, I think it's just more within his comfort zone. And Lane Kiffin's talked in the past about how he doesn't love this, but he's smart enough to know that it's the way things are. And if you want to succeed, you've got to embrace it. So I think you're going to see Ole Miss reap the benefits of that forward-thinking approach.
Eli Drinkwitz, this year, Missouri, their schedule is extremely favorable. You bring back your stud quarterback and your wide receiver. The defense was a little salty last year. Is this the year that Eli, can pop up? And by the way, could Cook somehow be a dark horse Heisman?
That's a bridge too far for me. But
if they make the college football playoff, or second in the SEC.
Yeah, well, the CFP is kind of the ceiling for Missouri, because once Missouri, if they were to get there, I just don't believe that they're going to have the depth or the star power on their defense to win a college football playoff game. I do wonder if we'll look back and look at 2023 as the high watermark for Missouri under Eli Drinkwitz. It was sort of the perfect storm of two great coordinators, Cody Schrader, Luther Burden, Brady Cook, some studs on that defense who ended up getting drafted. It's Missouri's a program where you can have a year like that, I think, once every 3 or 4 years when you're operating at a high level. But to stack seasons like that year in, year out at Missouri in this SEC, it's going to be really, really tough. So their schedule is favorable this year. I think they could still win 8 or 9 games, but the defense just leaves too many questions for me at this point to say, yeah, Missouri's a lock to make the college football playoff.
Man, I was looking at that line's been going up. People have been betting their win total over. A lot of people think they're going to make the college football playoff, and I get it when you look at their draw is great. I mean, you get Arkansas and Mississippi State and South Carolina, Auburn, Vanderbilt, Murray State, Buffalo, and Boston College.
That's incredible.
Those are all very winnable games. Like your tough one is Alabama and Oklahoma.
No doubt. So, I mean, 10-2 is within the realm of possibility, but Missouri's that one team out of the SEC that you look at and think, would 10-2 be enough to get them in as an at-large? Because if they're 10-2, but their losses are to Alabama and Oklahoma, what are you looking at as their marquee victory? It would be at Texas A&M, and then a massive drop-off before you get to their second most impressive victory.
Yeah,
so that's
nobody
something
should
to
get
consider.
Vandy, South Carolina, and Mississippi State this year, and Arkansas. All four of them. That is insanity.
If you don't win 8 or 9 games, something's gone terribly wrong. And like I said, 10 is within the realm of possibility for sure. However, what basis or what leg would Missouri have to stand on at 10-2 if that playoff picture is kind of crowded and there's some really
Which I
good
think it will
3-loss
be.
teams on the bubble. I mean, I would take a 3-loss team that has 4 or 5 legitimate victories over a 2-loss team, that is hanging their laurels on a win over a Texas A&M team that, that might be their only win over a team in the CFP rankings. And you're going to have some 3-loss teams in this picture that have 3 or 4 wins over ranked teams. So that's where these discussions are going to get really interesting, and we've never had those discussions on the football side. We have them all the time in college basketball: strength of schedule versus strength of record, and blah blah blah. Wins. What does 20 wins mean? How much? All the Big 12 schedule stuff in basketball. We're going to start having those conversations in football this year.
David, what are you working on? I know you got next week. You got your futures bets, right? You're 7-0-3 over the last 2 years.
Right. Yeah, that's a big one. So excited about that. I've actually already got it done. So hopefully the juice and the lines don't move too much. But so we got that coming, and then we got undervalued conference championship contenders that'll be dropping here in a couple days. So basically picking one team from each of the Power Four that could be a good value. There's a lot of parity now, man. You look at these conference title odds sheets, and there's in every league 5 or 6 teams with odds of plus 1,000 or better to win the conference. So it's not just as predictable as college football has been in the past.
No, it really isn't, man. You got, like over in the ACC, Miami, Florida State, Clemson. You look over the SEC, you can grab 6 schools. I mean, Big Ten, you can grab at least 3 right there off the top and just say, well,
yeah. And then the Big 12 has, I have
no idea.
10, they have 10 teams with plus 1,800 or better. I mean, that's absurd. So it should make for a fun year.
Man, David, thanks for your time. Everybody read his work at CBSSports.com. Follow him on Twitter at David W. Cobb. Always listen to him on Monday with my man Dacus and Stats, and listen to him on Tuesday right here. Dacus, be blessed, homie. I mean, David Cobb, be blessed, homie.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Later, Pimp. That is David Cobb. I'm sorry. I was getting mean mugged by Dacus.
Because I told you we need to get to break 4 minutes ago.
Hey, I'm a chatty Cathy. We're back in 2 Shake Sports 5698 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
Don't be surprised this week to see other jewelry store owners shopping at Genesis Diamonds. They'll be taking advantage of Genesis' most aggressive offer ever. All GIA diamond engagement rings marked down an extra 20% below Genesis everyday price.
That's right. The vault is open, and we're selling the finest handcrafted diamond rings at rock bottom prices. Now for a very limited time.
The GIA is the gold standard of diamond diamonds, certified accuracy and documented quality. So you can buy with confidence.
Every Genesis engagement ring is included in this event from 8 karat up to 20 karat stones.
Shapes, colors, qualified special price, pure shapes, and prices, places,
Pro has supported great cause during the sales drive at Landers Ford in Collierville, Landers Ford South in South Haven, and Landers Ford North in Covington. We've provided over 100 new Fords to be driven by the pros at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. Now they're all being sold with demo prices. That's right. Over 100 new Fords driven by the pros are being sold with demo pricing below market value. A portion of the proceeds go directly to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. This is a once-a-year opportunity to trade up and drive like a pro while supporting a great cause. Visit LandersMemphis.com. That's LandersMemphis.com. Or come see us at Landers Ford in Collierville, Landers Ford South in South Haven, or Landers Ford North in Covington. With our Landers Easy Pass, you can get top dollar for your trade-in to help you save even more. Don't miss your chance. Reserve your demo price new Ford driven by a pro at the FedEx St. Jude Championship and lock in low APR financing. Remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many. Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Memphis, the playoffs are back. Come see the PGA Tour's best compete for the trophy at the FedEx St. Jude Championship, August 14th through 18th. Witness the drama as 70 players arrive in Memphis and only 50 move on. Tickets are on sale now at FedExChampionship.com.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Do the two-step. Go get you a bottle of Tito's from Buster's Liquor Store, then walk next door and get you a T-bone steak from Buster's Butcher. Go learn more about Buster's Butcher at bustersbutcher.com. See why every cut counts at Buster's Butcher. Don't forget, there's now 2 liquor stores. The original Gangster on Poplar and Highland, and they got a new one at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. We got a little basketball going on, man. France and Canada are playing.
That's right.
Dude, did you see Dylan Brooks' stat line? 12,933 words. 64 mean mugs. 69 mean mugs now. Oh, sorry, I just checked the last update. No points. 0 for 5 from the field. 3 fouls. Hell of a stat line. Did you see him start the game off with his traditional stare down?
Did he?
Today was Wemby he was staring down.
Good.
Watching the highlights on my ex.
It's one of my favorite things about Dylan Brooks, is the stare downs.
Wemby stared him right back down. It was like mean mugging the hell out of him.
Great. I love that.
So France is about to beat Canada, huh?
Yes, they
You
are.
told me Canada was the best.
I did not tell you Canada was the best.
I thought you said you thought that Canada would give the United States team their biggest challenge.
I said in the exhibition that they could give them a challenge. I don't think they said that they could give them the biggest challenge. But
Oh, well, who do you think's the second best team?
I really don't know, John. I'll be honest. Like, I thought it was going to be France, but they seem like they're an Olympics away. We talked about that last week with J-Ham. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe Germany?
Maybe. Well, today we got a little...
I mean, Canada and France are both certainly in there, but I think the United States beats both of them.
Do you have the line? I mean, do you have the score right now?
Yes, it's 45-29, France.
Whoa!
Yeah.
They're getting smoked, bro.
Sure are.
And that thing looks like that's an under game, huh?
It certainly does.
My goodness, I wish I had it. We'll talk about some USA basketball. They play this afternoon at 2:30. We'll do that with Zach Boyd on the other side. Don't you dare touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gates Gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, they're proud to be here for their neighbors while giving back to communities across the state throughout the year, every year. This month, they're honored to stand alongside 1,600 dedicated volunteers as they make this year's annual FedEx St. Jude Golf Tournament fundraiser a resounding success. Giving back to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, which helps treat and defeat childhood cancer, is a meaningful effort that is very close to their hearts. This year, their goal is to reach $3 million in donations for kids at St. Jude's, and they couldn't do it without the support of their amazing volunteers. To all the participants, thank you for being a part of this most important endeavor to lift up so many families across the state from right here in Memphis, Tennessee. To read more about Team Blue volunteers, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, Healthy Places, and other ways they're devoted to helping our communities, please visit bcbst.com.
You've got real work to do. Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done. Fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size. Fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station. Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy Tuesday, man. We've been two-stepping. We got the U.S. and Germany playing a little Olympics. Playing some soccer in the Olympics. I'm so Memphis.
You know who plays for Team USA women's soccer team in the Olympics?
Nope.
Dennis Rodman's daughter.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She scored last game or the game before. Yeah.
Dennis scored.
She's good.
Dennis scored a lot in his day. Also got a lot of rebounds.
She doesn't have a very good relationship with her father, though, unfortunately.
Actually, I did know that she didn't have a good relationship with her father because she mentioned that he was never there and she didn't really talk to him much.
Yeah.
But she can say one thing.
What's that?
Well, I'm sure she made it to the Olympics, right?
She sure did.
He did something right. No.
Yes, that's right.
Something, right? I mean, the thing is like
It wasn't her hard work or anything. It was what he did.
no.
The
I'm
genetics.
saying that I'm talking about. I was more talking about the opportunity.
Right. Oh, because she only got an opportunity because her father.
No, I'm just saying it's not like she probably got great coaching, private schools, things
Sure.
of that nature. I was just
Yeah.
saying.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard
I
time.
would hope that he at least did that for her. I'm sure he like other than because she said other than financial means he never did anything for her. Isn't that how the quote went?
I don't know the exact quote. I just know I've heard that they don't have a good relationship. They were talking about it the other day during the game.
Well, back to what we're doing today because we got soccer on. We got basketball on this afternoon. USA, USA. We're drinking USA vodka Tito's. We're eating T-bone steaks or porterhouses or ribeyes from Buster's Butcher. And you know what else we're going to do? If we can sneak out, we're going to get away to Getaway Sports Bar to watch the action. Have you ever been to Getaway Sports Bar, man? You hadn't, have you? You're not a big sports bar kind of guy, are you, Mr. Zach?
If you invite me, I'll go.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been to multiple ones. I just don't go.
Man, well, then I'm going to take you to Getaway Sports Bar because they have 15 monster televisions. Monsters. They got TVs in all over the place. They got 6 pool tables. Can you shoot pool?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you good?
Yeah, pretty decent.
Are you gonna work me or am I gonna work you? Like you, Steve Miserak?
No, I'm not a professional.
All right, just making sure you ain't no hustler.
No, I wouldn't dare take money from you, John.
Well, Getaway
I
Sports
would.
Bar.
I wouldn't dare.
6 pool tables so everybody can play pool.
I'm not a good pool player though.
2 dart boards. Are you any good at darts?
I'm better at darts. I think,
No.
than I am. At
I love
pool.
darts. I'm good at darts.
Except
I smoke
I
darts.
throw it like it's a football, which I've been told you're not supposed to do.
You throw it like a football.
Yeah,
I'd rear up. Oh, Lord, yes.
I don't understand the concept of the game, so.
It's probably too much math for you.
It's a lot of math for me. I'm not good at math, John.
But you can play darts, and if you don't like darts, guess what? They got Golden Tee. But the thing I love about Getaway Sports Bar at 4632 Winchester Road, they have the largest TVs, and they have the coldest beers. I want big TVs with a lot of action, and I want cold beer. They got the coldest beer, 24/7, 365. They're always open. If you need to get away to Getaway Sports Bar. All right, Zach, we got all kinds of stuff going on in the world. We
Yeah.
have Olympics going down.
Now I got a quick question though.
Hit me.
Is Trinity's mother Karma
You know that
Trinity
is
is that Dennis Rodman's daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great.
I want to
question.
see if she's Carmen Electra's daughter. I want to see.
I don't know. Michelle Moyer.
Okay.
Who's Moyer?
Her mother, John.
I was just saying
It's a
maybe
different-
is that Carmen
It's-
Electra's like real
it's
name instead of stage name?
No, it's Dennis Rodman's third ex-wife.
Oh.
How many wives do you have, man?
At least 3.
Right, man.
I know. I think one of the interviews, they said that Karma had to raise the kids herself or something like that when she was with Dennis. So
Let's see if she got any kids.
A single mom who works 2 jobs. No, that's Reba.
Shoot.
who loves her kids and never
That's right,
stops.
that's right.
With a gentle hand and a heart of a
Oh,
fighter.
Zach, you got it.
What was that a lyric or
We
something?
were singing the Reba theme song. You know, the show Reba.
No.
Starring Reba McEntire.
I know she sang the song "Here's Your One Chance, Fancy Don't Let Me Down."
Okay.
You know, funny
I
enough,
dated a girl who loved that.
I
damn
only know
song.
Reba as an actress.
You know what's funny? Because I remember coming. Going,
She's got no kids despite being married twice, bro.
Yes.
Who are we talking about?
Carmen Electra.
Oh.
Man, pass them jeans on, girl.
But I remember watching Reba coming home after school. It was fun.
I had my mom, the teacher, and a lady she worked with and she taught with used to call me Van because she said I acted a lot like Van. If you remember, Van was kind of an airhead.
Yeah.
So
He was just.
I just said thank you and then kept walking.
Yeah.
Good looking guy though.
Yeah. Athletic, I guess.
It's very, so I'll take that as a compliment, I guess.
But not so.
But I
sm-
don't think she was talking about that.
But not so smart
Exactly.
at times.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Carmen Electra was married to Dennis Rodman and Dave Navarro.
Glad we got all that out of the way.
Who's Dave Navarro?
I'm trying to remember because I know his name and it sounds very, very, very like I was hoping you would know.
He's a musician.
Who is he with?
Jane's Addiction.
Oh, that's right.
John loves him some Jane's Addiction.
He's the weird dude who looks like he stepped out of a damn. He always has makeup on.
Yes. He also,
bro. Can I just say this right now, man? Don't wear makeup. But he's not trying to be a girl. He's just a dude who likes sporting makeup.
He was also with the Red Hot Chili Peppers for one album. It says.
That's how I know his name. Now back to sports. We've got a little bit of Olympics going on, and I'm kind of curious, Mr. Zach Boyd. What do you think about the U.S. Olympic team right now? A lot of people saying that they're going to walk away with this bad boy. Do you think this is basically it's a wrap?
It's gonna be tough because not only
they're making it look easy right now.
They have, and I'm not gonna
making it look really easy.
And I'm not dismissing that. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is that now you're playing against teams that you just played in the preliminaries and in your group stage. Like, this is gonna be if Team USA win. I'm saying win because I think they should beat Brazil. When Team USA beats Brazil, this will be the third time already they would have to play Serbia. This will be number 3. And you think, and like at this point, the blueprint is out.
The one thing about that Serbia team, like they really, man,
they struggled.
They won in overtime, didn't they?
Yeah, they struggle without. When
Jokic is off the court, they are not a good basketball team.
I'm running my most athletic lineup possible and like defense them to death, get out in transition, and let's put on a show. I'm doing that with the quickness. With the quickness in my mind. But that's just me.
Dude, Serbia, against, was it Australia?
Yeah, Australia.
Isn't that Josh Giddey's team?
Josh Giddey, Dante Exum.
And then Furphy. Isn't he on there, Furphy?
He sure is.
He's on the team?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now with the
Shout out.
Pacers, I think Johnny Furphy's still with
Shout
them.
out. Yeah, he's with the Pacers.
Yeah, I'm saying I think he's with the Australian team.
Yeah, he's with the Australian team, but he got drafted by the Pacers.
Yeah, but he played in Summer League, so I'm wondering if he's with them in Paris. Because I'll be honest, I haven't watched Australia. They always put them at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
I don't remember him being in Summer League. Not that I know of.
Maybe he wasn't. I thought I saw him, but I could be wrong. I don't remember.
But I know Josh Green is on that Australian team.
Yeah.
And he's with the Hornets, so.
Yeah.
But he didn't really get no PT, so.
No, that's too bad.
To say the least.
All right, I got to switch up some gears real quick and jump off basketball. We'll come back to a little basketball here in a minute. But no, before I do it, did you see Dylan Brooks is having a terrible day?
Yeah,
DB.
I got it. I got it on my screen right now. Like Canada is.
They're getting smoked by France.
Well, they're making a little bit of a comeback.
Dylan Brooks still got any points yet?
No.
Seeing him guard Victor Wembanyama is almost comical.
It's funny. Cause it's like there's no you're not challenging him. The only way you're gonna get into him is probably through the body, and I doubt that's gonna affect Wembanyama because he can just shoot over the top of you. You know, I know that's an actual thing. You know, he's not gonna jump up and try to contest, but knowing Dylan, he's gonna do that anyway. So, it's hilarious. Just see the height difference.
All right, now I got to get to what I wanted to ask you about because Memphis football. Everywhere I go, I mean, hell, when I'm down in Oxford, everybody and their grandmother, college football, can't wait for college football to get here. Oh my God, this is the year. Oh, then everywhere I go in Memphis, run into Memphis fans. Oh my God, this is the year, isn't it? I mean, they got a clear path. Their schedule is easy. The conference is down. They got the game against Florida State. Just keep it tight. Only lose one game. They're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like both teams got a really good opportunity. I can't believe I'm saying this. The more I look at it, I was leaning very far towards Ole Miss because they play in the SEC, their schedule. Then I look at Memphis and there's an automatic bid for the non-Power 4.
Yeah,
and they have the clearest path. They should be the best non-Power 5 team. To be honest with you, Power 4 team. I feel like this is the year that Ryan Silverfield. You get this done, you get a big fat check. And Memphis is dancing in the college football playoff. You feeling the same, or are you a little nervous?
There's a certain nervousness that comes with it. I'm not sure if that's a word, Brian. Can you just look that up?
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Little nervous, but it's
nervousness is a word.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
good.
Yeah. So,
this is Silverfield's 9th year here at Memphis. People forget about it. He was the OC under Norvell, wasn't he?
Sure was.
Offensive lineman, yeah.
Think about
Offensive line
that
coach.
tree that Mike Norvell already has. You got Silverfield here, Dan Lanning up
Yeah.
at Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. He already has a really good tree.
Wasn't McIntosh under him as well?
No,
that was under
he was
Silverfield.
under Silverfield. He came
Yeah.
as a DC under Silverfield. And McIntyre, I had an interaction with his wife. They were not fans of Memphis. I'll tell you that much. She came in and canceled her gym membership once. And I told her that it was right after he got the job in Florida, and she comes in to cancel her membership, and I kind of put everything together while I was like looking up her account, and she was like, "Yeah, we're moving, yada yada." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I told her, I was like, "If you ever move back, just come back in and we'll get you set up. You won't have to pay this fee or whatever, and whatever." And she goes, "We'll never be back to this town." I go,
"Wow,
understandable.
Okay.
Gotcha." So they were not fans of Memphis.
Bro, that is like, what do you not like about Memphis?
Well, he got a lot of hate when he was here, so I mean, I don't necessarily blame him.
Outside of that Ole Miss game, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's right.
But there's, as far as, like you said, like there is a pathway for the Tigers to get through. It's an obvious pathway, and for them,
it feels like from everything that I'm hearing, and again, I know everybody gets a little bit excited. The offensive line is going to be phenomenal.
It is the single most important position right now, in my mind,
and it's probably one of your biggest strengths. Like that I mean, like, especially in their little conference. So disrespectful.
Little conference.
But it's so true.
Put some respect on the AAC.
That's right. 3 AAC teams received votes for the coaches poll yesterday.
Put some
John.
respect.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, Memphis, Tulane, and UTSA.
If I recall, teams are not going to Conference USA and getting them in conference expansion. They're not going to the Mountain West. They're coming to the American, baby.
The CUSA is like the conference expansion for FCS teams that want to make the jump up to FBS. They're like, oh, we'll go to the CUSA.
That's why James Madison is in the Sun Belt.
Sunbelt, but you've got Kennesaw State, you've got Sam Houston State. There might be another one that they're adding. I think like Missouri State's going to make the jump next year, and they're going to the CUSA. Like it is, if you want to be an FBS school, you go to the CUSA.
Man, on August 31st, when the Tigers kick off their season, they played North Alabama. That is going to be an absolute massacre on ESPN Plus over at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium.
Shout out to Plus.
My question is, man, what is it going to be like being at the damn stadium this year? Did you see the big hole?
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait till the old press box comes down.
They're working.
I know they're working on it.
Kinda.
Right now they kind of got to clear the rubble because they done so much work the last week and a half.
When I noticed yesterday looking at the video, and anybody that wants to go, you can go look at the live stream over on the Tigers website.
What do you mean the live stream? Like people watching it getting torn down?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
like
exactly
this.
what I
Like
mean.
people
You didn't
are
know about
voyeurs
this?
for everything.
Do what?
Like people are just voyeurs now. They want to watch weird stuff all the time.
Sure. Yeah. No.
It's very weird.
But you can watch it, John. It's very accessible.
Yeah.
Right. But right now they're working on the back of the press box, and so you can see if you look through the windows of the press box, you can see that the back is torn out. But from the front, it looks like they're not doing any work, but they are. They're just working from the back to the front. It's very strange.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for the dynamite.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
It is going to be a strange year, though, in terms of seating and stuff like that.
Yeah. It reminds me.
Strange couple years.
It reminds me that one year when Texas, they had their renovations to their stadium. I think like the north side of their end zone was like getting renovated, if I'm not mistaken, and like. There are like construction crews in the north side of end zone watching the football game while they were working and stuff. It was like, I guess they're working while the game is going.
Well, it's like Vanderbilt last year. Their stadium's under complete construction, and they had the first game. There were pictures going around where they had like some big piece of one of those machine. What do you call it?
Cranes or
yeah,
whatever?
like a crane holding up the scoreboard so that you could know what the score was because they had torn the jumbotron down for the renovations.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's crazy stuff like that.
That's
but
funny.
Definitely worth it for the end result, I guess.
That's funny.
Well, the good news is you got Seth Hennigan, a great offensive line. Seth Hennigan, by the way, third year, same head coach, same offensive coordinator. I meant third year into the same offensive coordinator.
Gotcha.
My man Tim over there, I can't even remember his last name.
Cramsey.
Thank you.
There you go.
Cramsey.
I was like, damn it, Tim.
It's
I
okay.
forgot your last name.
It's all right. He came from Marshall, but it's all right.
Shout out the herd.
But, I
Yeah.
mean, again, this is his third
Thundering.
season.
That's right.
This is his third season with Seth. You know, Mike Norvell and him, they came back for a reason. So,
Of course.
I feel like, I think it's going to be a magical year. And again, when I look at that schedule, I just feel like it's so soft. It's not even funny.
I don't want to say it's soft because at the end of when it's all said and done, those teams that the Tigers will play. I'm not sure about North Texas, but Troy should be fighting for their conference at the end of the year. I'm not gonna say soft, but I think it's gonna be some competition.
There's some landmines. I mean, you have to go on the road to UTSA, to Tulane, and
Yeah.
to USF. I think they should be able to win those games. But, on the road, those are going to be difficult. And they're going to have good crowds for those games, especially if Memphis lives up to the hype up to those games.
Undefeated in the
Yeah.
top 25, like the top G5 school. Like, yeah, like they're like. There is their version of their Super Bowl game in a sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're going to have Memphis coming to us, But I think this team is up to the challenge. The only question is from the defensive side of things, because I guess you're rolling in literally a new defensive coordinator after you hired one in all season, and in Esposito he ended up leaving for Michigan. So you're rolling with this is number 3 already in a year, which is crazy to think about. But that's the only thing. It's like, can the defense be above average? Because if the offense is elite, I just need that defense just to be above average. I don't because at that point I just need defense to know situations and get off the field. Get a couple of turnovers, key turnovers at different points, but know the situations and get off the field. That's the biggest thing.
And they also need a kicker. They need that special teams has got to be good.
I thought they were returning their kicker back from last year. It wasn't Doyle.
No.
It was the other
Great
guy.
question. I'm not positive.
Well, while he's looking that up, I don't have too much time with you, and I got to get to some fantasy football questions because this is important. It's about our fantasy.
Okay.
And it's about football.
Yeah.
When I look at the wide
It's
receivers,
the best of both worlds.
and I'm not talking about some bust, I'm talking about that number one wide receiver that you go out there and get, that you lock in and you load. I've been back and forth. Of course, Tyreek Hill is up there with the first wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown. My question is Justin Jefferson, is he going to be elite this year when you got Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy?
Man, that is tough.
Because and
It's
again,
tough.
he missed 7 games last year for his hamstring. He's chomping at the bit. When he's on the field, he's the best damn wide receiver. He's one of the best wide receivers, period. But my question is Kevin O'Connell going to be able to get him the ball with those two quarterbacks?
And that's the thing, because it's going to be on O'Connell to kind of scheme up Jefferson and get him open. Like we've seen it before where Jefferson was literally like the one target with the Vikings, and like he, was like carving up defenses left and right.
Kirk Cousins, though, was giving him so many opportunities.
And that's the thing, man. Like you're going from Kirk Cousins, who is pretty good. He's a pretty good veteran, to Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy, which is like a bunch of unknowns. I mean, Sam at this point, he's a veteran. And then McCarthy is like, we don't know how good he's going to be.
And I respect the Vikings in one aspect, that they know that there's only a ceiling with Kirk Cousins. You're not going to get to another level, and then coming off an injury, are you going to pay him this big old bag again to possibly make the playoffs and then to get destroyed in the postseason in the first round? So I do understand getting off of him and trying to go young, but I just think J.J. McCarthy, Like when y'all decide to go all in on a quarterback, that y'all laying J.J. McCarthy again.
Yeah, you could have traded up to get Jaden Daniels, Drake May, maybe, or even trade up to get Michael. I know the Vikings were one of the teams that were like looking at Michael Penix, so could have got Michael Penix, and he could have been your big arm quarterback that you could thrown out there day one. And say, look, you're gonna expect a lot of turnovers on day one, but there's a lot of big plays available for him.
Yeah, and I don't know. And then I'm just kind of curious though. So like Justin Jefferson, you're not putting him up in tier 1 then, are you?
No, he's still in tier 1.
He's still gonna be up there.
He's still tier 1 because teams got a scheme for him, and he can still go large.
You got A.J. Brown in tier 1 then? Because I'm kind of wondering, like, I think Devontae Smith a little bit more this year.
I got him around tier 1, 2.
I'm worried about
1, 2.
I didn't know we were doing tiers today. How
I didn't
about
know
that?
either. So here we are.
Tiers on the fly.
Oh, yeah, this just on the fly because I was thinking about I just got a text message about our fantasy draft.
I knew it had to be something because that was very random questions. I was like, someone had to have texted
and I
and
was
been
like,
fantasy draft this week.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's right around the corner.
Literally,
I bring my real world problems.
One
to
of
the
my
air.
one of my favorite John Harden stories was a couple years ago when Jay Morgan was producing. You had a fantasy baseball draft coming up, and you teased for 3 weeks that you were going to do position tiers for fantasy baseball. You never did them. You never got around to them. It was the funniest thing. 'Cause you're like, next week, we're doing position. And then next week, something came up, and you're like, next week, we're doing position tiers. We'll do another position every day. Never did them.
I had them all.
Hilarious.
I just, some days you get busy.
That's right.
Okay, so
And by the way, let's be honest. I think these phones have killed my attention span. Like
I
now,
think so.
everybody has a very small attention
John,
span.
I saw yesterday, I didn't read the story, but there was a story about more adults being diagnosed with ADHD. Immediately thought of you.
The only thing is, though, I've tried ADHD medicine and I can't take it. It's like I took one of those.
Little Adderall?
I took an Adderall once. The doctor gave me one.
Gotta be careful with Adderall. You get
And
addicted to it.
I took it and I was up for like 36 hours tweaking, bro.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. My heart was racing. And, like I didn't get high. It was like doing coke, but not doing coke.
Interesting.
Which I've never done. I've watched Scarface.
Yes, the movies tell you enough.
To your knowledge.
My knowledge, I'm guessing.
I'm
just speculating.
I'm looking at the receivers this year. The ones that I guess could we classify in tier 1?
Mm-hmm.
I know you said Tyreek Hill.
I got CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and those are my only 4 I've got in there. And I can't decide if there's a 5th person because usually I do 5. 5.
What about Garrett Wilson with the Jets?
Okay, Garrett Wilson is that dude who could bust out. And I understand Zach Wilson is not playing quarterback. A bunch of dudes you don't know is not playing quarterback is Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
But also Aaron Rodgers is 40-some-odd years old, and the questions are the offensive line, and they brought in some old dudes to help out, and that offensive line better gel quickly because if you want to keep Aaron Rodgers upright, that's the most important thing. And it's just weird. This Jets team just feels snake bitten. It's been over a decade since they've gone to the playoffs. And I know they got their savior Aaron Rodgers, but do you really believe in him at this stage of his career? It's again, for me, it could be they could go all the way to the Super Bowl, or they could be dead last in the AFC East.
Boom or bust.
Boom or bust. So that kind of when I put you in tier 1, I got to know you're going to get 120 targets. CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Those are the only 4 dudes that I can think of that I know are going to, they're 100%, they're going to ball out.
Yeah. Yeah. Some other receivers I kind of like. I like Nico Collins with the Texans.
Dude, I like Nico Collins.
I like Nico a lot. Do
you like him better than Diggs?
Throw in Tank Dell. I like Tank Dell.
You like all the Houston wide receivers right now, man. C.J. Stroud's been spinning it.
I'm a big been on this show multiple times. You know this. I've been a big C.J. Stroud guy from day one at Ohio State. He can play football, and so now you give him weapons. Now, albeit he's on a rookie contract, so the Texans said, "Well, shoot, we made the playoffs last year with a rookie quarterback. Let's give him some more weapons. Let's beef up this offensive line. Let's stack this defense up." And let's see what year 2 is going to look like. Because like the next few years, he's very cheap.
And they've
And
got
by
a
the
great
way,
coach
CJ Stroud,
for defense.
You know, a lot of people say that CJ Stroud, oh my God, you know, you're rookie to your second year, you know, there's room for growth. The third year is like when they really seem to take off. But let me tell you something. All he has to do, if he was just as good as he was last year, like if,
they're going to be a problem.
like they're going to be a serious problem because again, they also brought in Joe Mixon, the running back. They got dudes all over. Dalton Schultz is a hell of a tight end. You got 3 legitimate wide receivers in Weapons and Diggs and Collins and Dell. Just don't get shot, Dell. Just don't get shot. That's still the craziest thing, man. He got,
Sure is.
Dude, he was out at a party and somebody from somewhere far away shot a bullet and it struck him.
And it was like a kid too. I think the guy was like 16 years old or something.
It was such a weird situation. That's just don't have bad luck. Please, Tank.
I know. He tore his ACL right before the fantasy playoffs hit, and I was hurt because I was just raking in points from him because nobody could defend him.
And I like that young defense too, especially with DeMeco Ryans, man. But anyway, we've been talking football for a long damn time. I just realized it is 12:30. I'm going to take a quick timeout.
Yeah.
Remember, the USA basketball team plays today. We are not drinking any spirit that is from like Russia. No, you're drinking American vodka. You're drinking corn vodka. That makes it 100% gluten-free. Also, again, it's 6 times distilled before they still it in classic copper pots. Small batches, very uniquely done. Gives it a unique flavor, slightly sweet. Black pepper note balances everything out. Whether you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat, get your Tito's on today. Hardwood on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Welcome to the Rendezvous.
This is John Vergas. When my dad started the Rendezvous in 1948, I don't think anyone could have imagined we'd still be serving shoulder, cheese plates, and our world-famous dry rub ribs 75 years later. But we are still here in the basement, in an alley in downtown Memphis. We sincerely thank you for making the Rendezvous what it is today. Charlie Vergas Rendezvous. A legendary experience for over 75 years, whether you dine in, pick up, or ship across the country.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. South, free gun inspections and appraisals, and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Quicky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Get the highest quality diamond ring at a rock-bottom price right now at Genesis Diamonds. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and don't be surprised this week to see other jewelry store owners shopping at Genesis Diamonds. They'll be taking advantage of Genesis' most aggressive offer ever. All GIA diamond engagement rings marked down an extra 20% below Genesis' everyday price. The GIA is the world standard in diamond grading, certified accuracy, and documenting quality, so you can buy with confidence. Every Genesis engagement ring is included in this event. From a half carat up to 20 carat stones, all shapes, rounds, ovals, radiants, cushion cuts, pear shapes, apple cuts, and princess cuts. There's never been a better time to get an extreme value price on a GIA certified diamond, perfectly set in a gorgeous engagement ring. Hurry in for the best selection. Save an extra 20% off those rare, precious diamond rings now for a limited time. One per customer, please. Exclusively at Genesis Diamonds on Poplar and Perkins Extended. See store for details.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. I hope you're doing a little Tennessee two-step today. It is a 2 for Tuesday. Go to Buster's Liquor Store, get you a bottle of Tito's. Go to Buster's Butcher and get you a big old steak. Go home and watch the USA Olympic game. Right now, USA is playing Germany in soccer. There's like only a couple minutes left in the game. It's still 0-0. They don't end in a tie right now because this is the semifinals? Quarterfinal, I don't know, but they have to actually, somebody's got to win, so they're going to play a little extra time. It looks like the ladies are playing. Don't forget, we got the men's basketball. They're playing Brazil today, 2:30. So again, check out Tito's at Buster's, and then check out Buster's Butcher and get you a big old steak, some chops, some curated meats, some good stuff like that. Now, we are about to do a little bit of hardwood because it just feels so good. But I got to remind you, man, you want to look good? Everybody wants to look good, don't they? Like, you don't like looking bad. But I can tell you right now, clothes do make the man. And if you want the right clothes, Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. Not only do they make the man, they make the woman and the kids because they have a women's department. They have a children's department. Men's section in the largest boot showroom around. Western boots, work boots, dress boots, you name it, they got it. They got shoes, they got hats, they got shirts, they got pants. They got it all. And it's styling and profiling at Frontier Western Store. And don't forget to check out FrontierWesternStore.com. Let's go to Hardwood.
Wow, John, I think we should update everybody on what's happening in the Olympics. You were mentioning earlier the women's soccer team. They're playing Germany right now. It's 0-0 in the semifinals, so we might have extra time there. France is still beating Canada. Team USA plays later today. John, that is your Olympic update.
And there was one other one.
Was there?
I'll tell you during Hardwood.
Perfect. All right, let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Save and abuse.
Speaking of the Olympics, remember the men's 100? It was like one of the best 100s I've ever seen.
It came down to a photo finish.
It came down to a photo finish. It was wild. It was awesome. But I kind of feel bad because that Lee Diffie guy who called it, he's now apologizing and saying he's really sorry to the world because he said, the 100-meter was epic and the closest race of my life. My eyes and instincts told me that Thompson won. Obviously, that wasn't the case. I shouldn't have been so bold to call it, but I genuinely thought he won. I got it wrong. I am thrilled for Noah Lyles, and his story only gets bigger. I'm sorry. Like, dude, why do you have to apologize? That was the closest race I've ever seen. Like, I get it. He thought his like, I don't know if you know this. They always say your lying eyes, right? Is that a
cheating heart?
Is that a reason to apologize?
I don't think so. It was so close.
It was so close. Don't apologize, dude. Don't apologize. But I feel like somebody might know Serena Williams an apology.
Why is that?
So she's in Paris. checking out all the action. And like she's basically the queen of women's tennis, right?
Of course.
Well, she's in Paris. She goes up to this restaurant, a Paris hotel, and she asked to go onto the rooftop. And they're like, no, I'm sorry. We're not going to seat you on the rooftop right now. We're not going to serve you right now. Because, they're French. They're like, oh, dude, how do you not make room for Serena Williams at your restaurant? And the reason I say this is because she did what I figured she probably would do. She went to social media and put it out on blast. And now millions of people are calling your hotel a piece of trash because you can't tell that that's freaking Serena Williams, bruh.
Yeah, not a great look.
Not a great look. It's the, let's see, I don't want to get the wrong hotel. In fact, I don't have it, but I know. Oh,
good luck pronouncing
the Peninsula. The Peninsula, Paris.
That's
easy. Do you think it was going to be in French?
Yes.
In French?
The Le Suis or something like that,
Do you know how to say your name in France?
Briand.
No. Like, is that name?
My name. My name's Bryant. So
you said. Oh no, that was terrible. Anyway.
I took French in high school. Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Not bad.
I got kicked out of Spanish, and then I had to take French.
What'd you get kicked out of Spanish
for? That's a long story. It's a long story.
Good-looking little Spanish teacher?
No, actually, quite the opposite. We had summer work. I didn't know we had summer work. I didn't do the summer work. Then she said, you can go home tonight and do it. Because I came from a different school, you see. Nobody told me we had summer work. She said, you can do it tonight, bring it back tomorrow, and I'll still give you like 75% credit. I go home, John. I take a look at the summer work that she wants me to do. And one night, it's 32 pages. So I'm not doing that. So I didn't do it. I ended up having like a 30 in the class after like 6 weeks. They said, you're done. We're kicking you out. I said, okay.
You're a rebel, bro. Was this at Houston?
Rage Against the Machine. It was, yeah. I was a freshman.
Interesting.
That's when I almost flunked freshman year.
I should have taken Spanish in high school.
Yeah.
Now, British swimmer Adam Peaty. Did you hear about this? Dude, you know how everybody's been complaining about... Man, it's lunchtime, so if you haven't eaten your lunch, you might... Man, I don't know. This is just...
Go!
How are you so far ahead of me?
Actually, no, 1 goal. I think I'm actually behind you. Oh, no, I am ahead of you. They said she was offsides. Never mind.
But she put it in the net.
She did. But I don't know why they let her keep playing. It should have been called right then.
Oh, she's offsides right there.
Yeah, she was offsides for sure. But I don't know why they didn't blow it dead right when she went offsides. That's crazy.
Just to have somebody like you scream goal for 5 seconds.
Was that good? You like that?
It was all right. Wasn't that great?
Man.
Adam, he's like silver medalist in the 100-meter breaststroke. That's a better stroke than the backstroke. He says that he can't eat any food in the Olympic Village after he found worms in his fish.
Gross.
Bro, what are worms doing in your fish?
That means the fish ain't good.
Like, that would make me, I would be
I would
scarred
also
for the rest of my life.
eating any food in the Olympic Village.
I would be scarred for the rest of my life. I do have a great story, though. It's like a sweet story, and it's a sad story all at the same time.
Okay.
So, the Dodgers were playing the Phillies last night.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the beginning of the game when Freddie Freeman walked to the plate for the first time?
Uh-huh.
Brought some tears in your eye, didn't it?
Yeah, it was very sweet.
If you don't know the situation, former Atlanta Brave Freddie Freeman, who's now with the Dodgers, they have 3 children, him and his wife Chelsea. Their son Maximus has Guillain-Barré syndrome, and he's very, very sick. He was in the ICU for 8 days. Yesterday was the first day that Freddie Freeman returned, and the whole stadium was on its feet. Like, if you saw, like, the signs, the love that they were giving Freddie Freeman, it brought tears to his eyes.
Even
it brought tears to his
were
dad's eyes.
giving him
I was going, every
ovation.
single Philly,
Yeah.
every single Philly was on the top row.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are, like, some of the moments in sports that if you miss or if you just don't pay attention to sport, like, that was a unbelievable moment. And, again, praying for his son Maximus and his family. They got a long road ahead, but the young man is out of ICU, and Freddie Freeman was just he was thrilled. Like, after the game, when he was doing the interview, like, he just said, you have no idea, like, how much that meant to me. Him and Chelsea have been, struggling over these last 2 days, fighting with what's, going on with Maximus. But that was like my favorite moment. And then later in the ball game, Nick Castellanos, who was bet on yesterday to have a home run, plus 700 were the odds. Did you know that?
The most bet on player in all of Major League Baseball.
The most bet on player in all of Major League Baseball. And he missed it by, what would you say, 2 inches?
Yeah, if that.
Like, how off the bat I thought it was gone. But we're going back to the well today because I told you in the first segment, and if you missed this, I want to make sure you know what's going on. Nick Castellanos, he hits home runs when big world events happen. The day that President Biden withdrew from the re-election committee, he hit a home run. The day they attempted to kill Donald Trump at the rally in Pennsylvania, he hit a home run. He's already homered twice on the anniversary of Hiroshima. Guess what today is?
The anniversary
of Hiroshima.
That's right.
He's homered twice on the anniversary of
Hiroshima.
Nagasaki.
Ah, dang it.
When the Ocean Gate submarine imploded, he hit a homer. When the bridge collapsed, he hit a homer. When Queen Elizabeth was announced that she died, he hit a homer. The day Vince Scully passed, he hit a homer. So the dude just hits home runs on big days. Well, guess what we got? Anniversary Hiroshima.
That's right.
And another, it's a double big day because I feel like this would count as a big world event. Kamala Harris, and I don't know who the dude's name is. She named a VP. I think he's a Minnesota governor.
He is, and I don't know his name.
I don't either.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Sorry, y'all.
Politics.
I can tell you about some coaches and some SEC action.
But I can't tell you about politics. Not my forte, John.
Oh, by the way, the one of the most famous home runs. Oh, and by the way, it's a threefold because one of the Spice Girls has a birthday today.
How about that? Shout out Ice
one of the
Spice.
You think it's Ice?
No,
Scary.
Ice Spice is a rapper, John.
Oh, wait, the little girl that I think is very unattractive that a lot of people think is attractive.
Yes, that's great.
Like you showed me to her, and Zach was over there like, oh man, she's so beautiful.
I don't know what you're doing with that sound. I don't know what that is. Yeah, please stop that.
I got great sound effects.
I see you beating your heart over there, but that sound, I don't know. I just don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
Now, so we're betting plus 550, $10 will win you 55, 100 will win you 550. We're taking Nick Castellanos to home run today as the Phillies play the Dodgers. Now on the other side, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give
more bets.
I'm going to give you more bets. That's right, more bets on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, they're proud to give back to communities across the state. Giving back to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, which helps treat and defeat childhood cancer, is a meaningful effort that is very close to their hearts. They're honored to stand alongside 1,600 dedicated volunteers and tournament participants as they make this year's annual FedEx St. Jude Golf Tournament fundraiser a resounding success right here in Memphis, Tennessee. To read more about how Blue Cross Blue Shield helps communities, please visit bcdst.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto
Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. This portion of the program has been brought to you by Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. They have 2 conveyor lines, the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South. Rick's can accommodate it all, like any powder coating need, period. I'm telling you, if it's metal, he can get it to stick, and it's going to last forever. It's a beautiful finish every single time. It's locally owned and operated since 2002. Rick's Powder Coating is going to customize a beautiful finish just for you. Give him a call at 901-367-2771. That's 901-367-2771. Or go to rickspowdercoating.com. Now, we have to get into some bets. And I'm excited about Nick Castellanos hitting a home run. And then we have a little USA basketball going on today. Brazil is catching 26.5. USA's laying 26.5. Not really a big fan of the line on the game. But I kind of do like the under 184.5. I feel like the USA, like right now, going forward, the margin of victory does not matter anymore, correct?
All right, you just win, baby.
Just win, baby. I feel like some of those overs got there because the teams in the fourth quarter, when you're up by 27 points, they're like, we gotta score more. We gotta score more. I feel like that's not going to be the case with Brazil. I think they waxed them, a very low-scoring fourth quarter. I'm going under 184.5, Team USA. Their defense has been good, and Brazil ain't got a chance. We're going under. And if you look at the France and Canada game, holy cow, France is only up by 7 points with 2:30 left.
That?
They were getting smoked.
They were. Coming back.
69 France, 62 Canada, 2:30 remaining. Now, that's one of my bets. I like that. And then we got baseball. A lot of good baseball out there today. You look around the league and you start thinking to yourself, who's somebody that I really, really like? What about this Arizona and Cleveland game? The Diamondbacks, they've been pretty good. They got the first game of the series in extra innings yesterday. I feel like the Guardians are going to come back and bounce. They're going to, Lively lost yesterday, which is surprising, but, man, Arizona, they got Eduardo Rodriguez coming out to the bump. Very, very good pitcher. He's a lefty, but guess who hits lefties really well?
The Guardians.
The Guardians of the Galaxy. And I just feel like today, T-Money sent me a text. You know I like him. He's a degenerate gambler like I am. He told me that, trust me, Johnny, that the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to smoke the Diamondbacks. And I'm going to tell you right now, I say I have to agree 100%.
It's also Ed Rod's first game this season after injury, so could see him struggle a little bit out the gates. I like that, John.
I love it. I don't just like it, I love it. I want more of it. And the other one that I really like is, don't you feel like the O's, like the Orioles are just, they're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Blue Jays, not so good. Chris Bassett, I feel like he's almost disinterested. I feel like Rodriguez, on the other hand, is a bad mamma jamma. That Orioles lineup is absolutely filthy. The line, you got to lay 150 if you want to play. It is what it is. You're going to lay it if you're going to play it. But this Blue Jay team, man, they didn't play yesterday. They did have a day off. But, man, they're going to get absolutely worked by the Baltimore Orioles, who I love their offense, their defense. I love their pitching staff. I just like the O's. Is it because, and I also like the O's for another reason. In 1988, the Orioles lost 21 straight games to start the season. Well, here late in the season, guess what? The Chicago White Sox have tied that record with a 21-game losing streak. The same year that their losing streak gets tied or broken, I feel like it's the same year that the Orioles might get to the World Series. You know how weird things happen like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at over the American League, the Yankees are really good, but they do have some issues with their bullpen. Like outside of Clay Holmes, do you know anybody out there that you actually trust?
No.
That's their problem. The Orioles, I feel like from top to bottom, this is actually crazy. You know what's crazy? I actually feel like the Astros, though. Like, I'm scared to death of the Astros. Like, they just have so many dudes that understand the postseason. I mean, how long has Alex Bregman been there? How many damn World Series rings he got? And the Astros are playing good baseball right now. They've lost 3 in a row since the break. But, man, remember that little hot streak? You wait till they get going. They still got it. And I just don't trust Seattle. Man, my favorite bet, though, still is Nick Castellanos' home run plus 550. He's hitting one today in Los Angeles. Did you have a play for the day?
No, not really, John, I'll be honest.
You don't like anything at all?
I just haven't really looked at much, if I'm being honest.
The last game that I like is I love the Phillies. Man, I can't bet on Clayton Kershaw. You know how earlier today I was talking about the Dodgers and all their resources that are coming back? You got Yamamoto, Mookie Betts around the corner, Max Muncy's starting to get a little healed, Miguel Rojas, you got Graterol in the bullpen. We don't know about Buehler. But right now they got to face Sanchez. Not Dirty Sanchez, but Christopher Sanchez. Pretty decent pitcher.
Yep.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but right now, on this day, I feel like Sanchez is the better pitcher than Clayton Kershaw. On this day.
Yeah.
On this day only. So let's load up on the Phillies. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful 2 for Tuesday. Get out there, make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse